What's going on, Packers fans? Just some quick notes for you from my first practice here in Green Bay at Radnitschke Field. It's practice number 4, so we'll call it camp notes number 4, even though it's my first practice. It's the team's fourth practice for this training camp, one day prior to pads going on Saturday. On the health front, Packers got a bunch of guys off PUP today, including Caleb Jones, Donovan Jennings, and Corey Ballantyne. They all took the field, and it was interesting to see Caleb Jones thrust right into the left tackle with the second team. It's interesting because he's listed as the next man up at tackle on the depth chart, but Kadeem Telford is the guy getting the start at right tackle in place of Zach Tom. Matt LaFleur did indicate they were going to rotate a few more guys in there, but for the last couple practices, that's been Telford. That's something to watch here. It sounds like Zach Tom is going to be out for a little bit longer. I wonder if we do get to see Caleb Jones now that he's back out there, get a few days under him, and then possibly put him with the starters. But right now, Telford is your guy at right tackle. Also along the offensive line, Josh Myers was absent today due to a personal reason, according to Matt LaFleur, which put Elton Jenkins at center. They put Sean Ryan at left guard and the rookie first round pick, Jordan Morgan, at right guard. It seemed to go pretty well as far as being able to operate the offense. They really looked like they opened some nice holes in the running game. Josh Jacobs got going a few times today. So that's something to watch as they continue to obviously juggle things up front with various absences and injuries, what have you. But sure looks like that interior is about to heat up as far as competition goes. Of course, the story on offense these last few days has been the quarterback play, and today was a little better, I would say. Obviously, like I said, I have not been here for these first 3 practices, but today Clifford, I thought, had a bit of a rough start protection-wise. That's not his fault. But as the day went on, I thought he found a nice rhythm as far as finding things underneath. They certainly weren't trying to push the ball downfield at all. He did go deep once to Dontavian Wicks in the end zone. It was a little bit behind Wicks, but I thought it was a ball he should have caught. But all in all, like I said, they really were working things underneath. There was one play in particular that really caught my eye. They were working a lot out of the pistol today, all the quarterbacks and all the offensive sets. And there was a play early on where Clifford faked a handoff to Jacobs and then ran down perpendicular to the offensive or to the line of scrimmage. And the defense started crashing on the quarterback run. And then he flipped it out in the flat to a wide open Tyler Davis, who then had, a good amount of space to work with as far as getting upfield for a sizable gain. Those are the kind of plays that if the Packers were ever to find themselves in the unfortunate position of having Clifford out there for a regular season game, those are the types of plays you would suspect Matt LaFleur would have to go to manufacture some offense, because it's pretty clear when it comes to trying to work things downfield, push the ball downfield, that's not going to be Clifford's forte. Speaking of Davis, it's great to see him back out there doing basically everything, including working on special teams. He was there with a number of the number 1 special teams units, just like he was prior to that ACL injury last year. He's picking up where he left off, and it's clear the Packers have plans for him as far as utilizing him not only on special teams, but as a part of the offense. I don't think he's ever going to be an integral part. He's not going to be a main part of the progression in the passing game, but he's certainly a guy who knows their offense and seems to come in and day out, as Matt LaFleur indicated prior to practice, and does everything the right way. You love a guy like that. You trust a guy like that. And sure looks like the Packers are going to try and get him out there and make him a regular part of the offense right from the jump. On the defensive side of the ball, there was one play that just was so fun to watch from a defensive perspective. The second teams were going after each other, and Colby Wooden and Brenton Cox Jr. absolutely decimated the right side of the offensive line as they tried to run a pitch to the outside. I think it was Wilson at running back. They blew up the line so badly that they were in the running back's lap, and he just ended up on the ground. Now, the rule traditionally during the non-padded practices, and even when the pads come on, you don't want guys going to the ground. You don't want to take them to the ground. But their momentum of just blowing up the offensive line took them right into the path of the toss. And Wilson didn't have anywhere else to go, and he ended up on the ground. I just love the physicality of that kind of play. Something that, we didn't really see a whole lot of, obviously, under Joe Barry. The tone of this defense, the aggressiveness, the way they are going to, for lack of a better word, try to dictate on that side of the ball. You guys know I've been talking about it for a long time. Its absence in Green Bay has been notable for years. It's that kind of play that you hope you see a lot of under Jeff Hafley. Finally, with the kicking competition, Carlson missed his first kick, but he did hit the upright. It was from 50 yards away. He was 5 of 6 on the day. I think, again, they're going to let this competition play out. But to me, it still really feels like is his Carlson's job, and he would have to lose it. He would have to have a disaster stretch, and I haven't seen that yet. He's been perfect except for the one kick so far throughout 4 practices. Now, we'll see what happens when pads come on. Maybe they up the pressure a little bit as far as trying to put pressure on the kicker and give him a more of a live rush. But so far, he's really come out swinging the ball, very, very well, hitting basically everything asked of him. And there you go. That's just a couple of things that jumped out to me. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about certain players, guys you want me to watch going forward over here the next couple of weeks. I'll be there every single practice. In the meantime, please tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.